Okay everyone, welcome back to my channel and to a new video. In this video I'm going to scrap out a VCR DVD player, I think it is. Yeah, so this is an old Philips VCR and DVD recorder. So I'm hoping that we'll have a nice hard drive in here and a few nice boards, hopefully, with it having everything like that on it. So if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do. If you're a returning subscriber, thanks for checking my video again. I really appreciate the time that you give up to check it out. So we're going to start off, first off I'm just going to remove the cord. So again, it's not just gold recovery I do copper, brass, stuff like that. So we'll put that cord away with the rest of the cords. Someday I'll show you what I do with the cords, and also what I do with the plugs to remove the brass pins from them. So E. Matthews, it's not just gold recovery I do, I also do a bit of metal recovery, so anything that's like the copper, the brass, the aluminium. I collect all that up again, because again there's money in that, and the gold recovery is kind of the extras. So anything that I can make off anything that's been thrown away, I'll try and get it as well. So even the steel from this, I will hold on to it and bring it to the scrapyard and get some money for it. So we'll just have a quick look here. So as you can see on the back, we have some screws along here and all the way around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to remove all them screws, because again, everyone who scraps out knows how to remove screws, and they don't need to see me removing screws. So we'll pause it there. I'll remove all the screws, and when I've removed the screws we'll come back. Okay, so I've gone ahead and removed all them screws, so this panel should just pop off, I'm hoping. We should be just able to slide it back. There still seems to be something holding it, so I probably missed some on the side. Of course I did. So after all, you're going to get to see me remove some screws. So no matter how well you think you've removed them, there's always going to be one or two that you won't get or forget about. And so inside this, I'm hoping there's a hard drive. I hope it recorded onto the hard drive. It could have been one that just recorded onto discs. If it did, there'll be no hard drive in there, so it won't be worth as much to me. For gold recovery or precious metal recoveries, I won't find as much in there, but hopefully there's something of value in the inside of it. Again, you can keep these screws, put them in with your steel, they all add up. So if you're taking a lot of stuff apart, there'll be a lot of screws. Over time, if you've buckets or whatever, just put them into it and they'll just add up, and they'll be, at least you get something out of your effort for your taking all these screws out. So that's just a bit of steel, and we just get a quick look inside at the actual boards themselves. So just zoom in a small bit. So we have our power board, we have the video board, or the video VCR board. Again, it will be very low grade board, you usually don't find much on them. This is the main board, and I'm hoping that there's a hard drive underneath here somewhere. So we'll just have a quick look on what's the best way to go about. So we just remove this fan that I've take out these little bit of wires. So again, you can put amateur copper wire. That's a fan. Sometimes you might be able to make use of that, or sell it on eBay, or just cut the cord from it, again for your wire, copper wire. So again, some more wire. We've got some ribbons, so let's see if there's anything of value on these ribbons. Are they? No, they're just tin. So there's no gold fingers on them, so no value of to me. Again, same on that ribbon, nothing of value. And this ribbon is the exact same, nothing of value on it. So them ribbons, not worth the effort, but we have to remove the manual to get into everything else. So we'll double check these ribbons. Again, the exact same, nothing of value on any of them ribbons. Some more cords here. So again, put these in with your wires. And we'll get him out in a second. We'll just see if there's anything else now first that I'm looking at. So we've got some more screws down here that need to be removed. So again, I'll just pause the video. I'll remove the rest of these screws off all the boards so we can get a better look at what's on for removing. So we'll just pause there. I'll remove the screws and we'll come back to it. Okay, so I've removed as many of the screws as I could possibly see from the top. I'm sure there's going to be more as I go down through the actual boards. So we're going to start with the board here at the back, and let's see what's holding him in, because it's something not willing to let go. It's just a few clips actually. So it's just clips. We'll come back to them in a second because they're already just clips, and let's see if we can start removing stuff. Okay, so we have, which hopefully is my hard drive underneath here by the looks of it. So it looks like it could be a hard drive, or it could be just a normal CD-ROM actually on this DVD recorder. So it doesn't have a hard drive in it, just has a regular DVD recorder, so record straight onto a disc. So you put in your disc, your blank DVD rewritable discs, and it just recorded onto that. So we'll just see what's holding that in. So we have a screw here. We'll just remove that screw that's in under here, and another one down here. Okay, so that just takes off this plastic bracket that held it in place. And on the other side again we have a plate holding more of it in place. So we'll just remove the screws quickly from that. So that's a bit of disappointment that there was no hard drive in this one. It was just one that recorded straight onto discs by the looks of it. But I do see something else that I like down further down, which I'll show you in a minute when I just work with this part first. So take off this steel plate. So again, there's some heat paste there, which meant that the chip did heat up a good bit. So let's have a look at this board. We'll just remove this first. So there's a ribbon here. We just need to remove it, and we'll just have a quick look at the ribbon. So that one does have gold fingers. So we'll hold on to that and we'll put that separate. So they've got little gold fingers on it. So we'll put that separate. And just have a quick look at this board. So on this board here, what I can see straight off is our gold pins. So we've got our gold pins along here. So you can see videos where I took that apart. So I'll just have a quick look somewhere there. Hopefully I'll have a link if I remember to put a link. We have our IC chips. So we've got our IC chips, IC chip and an IC chip, 3 IC chips on that board. And that's kind of it. A few little MLCCs, so nothing major, but still it's a mid to low grade board. And we've just got our CD-ROM left in our DVD recorder. So I can see there's a little bit of gold in here on the pins, but in other videos that I've done, I've taken these apart, so I'll put a link hopefully where you can see where I take them apart. So we just remove this plastic. So that's just a bit of plastic. And we're getting down lower in the thing. So again, we'd have usually some gold connectors inside of here, gold tipped pins, or gold plated, gold flashed, whatever you want to call them. So this is what I was looking at when I lifted off. We have a nice little BGA, gold cornered BGA in there. So we'll just remove this board if I can find where I left down my screwdriver, because as usual when I leave stuff down, I don't know where I leave it. and it's within arm's length usually, but this time seems not. Give me a second while we have a quick look to see where I put it. I may have dropped it on the floor or something, so I'll just pause it while I look for it. Okay, so I've looked for the screwdriver and cannot find it, so I had to go get a different one. So I'll have to watch back in the video and see where I left it down because it just disappeared. So we've got another screwdriver here instead. And we'll just loosen this board out and get a better look at it to see what else is on this board. So this will be a mid to, probably just a mid-range board. It's got the couple of ICs. It's got the gold cornered BGA, as you can see here. It's got a crystal oscillator, another crystal oscillator there. So let me know, guys, what you think. Any of you guys that do this, would you call this a mid-range, a low range, or a high grade board? What would you call it if you were putting them in for your boards? Would you put them in as high, mid, or low? Let me know in the comments. Just to see what you grade this board as. So again, we'll have some MLCCs probably here in the back, and so that's a large enough IC, another IC, a few ICs, and a few crystal oscillators, and the BGA and the gold pins. So that's the main thing on that board. So we'll just put that over there, and we'll just try and remove what I can see at the moment. So again, we have some more ribbons here. We'll take them off and just have a quick look at them. So again, they're low, nothing of value, so put that aside. This board is the next one that I want to try and get off. So we just take it off that way actually, and it's being held here by the plug and held by a plug this side as well. Okay, and what's holding it onto the board is this little screw in here. So again, if I haven't misplaced my screwdriver again, which I already have, no, spotted this one, so we'll just remove that screw there. So there's always screws that you miss. Okay, so that should, and a second one in here. Okay, so put that aside for a second. So again, this would be classed as a low grade board. There's nothing of real value here. A few of these may have gold tips in, but I don't see any of them. I see two IC chips, and that's about it on that side of the board. The other side of the board we have small IC chips here, which I'll remove, and that's about it. Sometimes you'll have gold little connectors inside of here, but to get them out is not really worth the effort. So that will go into my low grade boards, and it's only if I had nothing else for doing that I'd start stripping that one down. Okay, so next we have the power board. So again, we just remove the power board. So on this one, I have my copper is the main thing that I'd be looking at taking off here, copper and aluminium. So again, we have a little bit of aluminium, we'd have our copper, again 2 little bits of aluminium, 3 bits of aluminium, and that's about it on that board. Another bit of copper here, very little. Sometimes that can be just an aluminium, and anything under there, no. So again, a bit of copper in here, you can see, if we remove that, so I've nothing on that board, but again I'd have some copper there and another copper spool in here. So that's what I'd be looking at taking out there, is the copper. So let's have a look here. Found my screwdriver. So there you go, guys. It had fallen down and got hidden in behind there. So I don't have to go back through the video to find the screwdriver. I spent a good 5 minutes looking for that, and it's hidden in there all along. So there we go, the life of a scrapper. So I'm just removing that screw there. So sorry, I weren't able to see what I was at. So we're just trying to remove this steel, and there should be another screw here. Okay, so again, just steel and just a bit of wire, and we'll have a quick look and see now where we're getting to. So I can try and remove this bit of steel, give us a bit more access. So again, it's just steel. I can turn this around so I can get a better look at what we're doing. So we have a screw here that I need to remove, which is a different size head. So we'll just get out a different head for that. So that's just another screw this side of it. So all I really do is anywhere I see screws I just kind of remove them, and eventually you get to the bottom of where you're trying to get to. Okay, so again a bit of steel, and we'll just have a quick look and see. So another screw in here. So I need a different head again for. We'll just have a quick look and see what else I'm going to need. So I'm going to need a couple of different type of screw heads, and that will really be it, and I should be able to get into it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pause it again and just remove these screws so we're holding it in place. So what I'm looking at here is the copper, very little motor here with a lot of copper on it, little spools of copper, so that will be something I'll be looking at keeping. Again, we'll have a little, looks like a little motor up here, so there'll be copper inside of that usually, so I'll keep that. And the rest is probably a scrap off that, and we'll get down to the other board. So I'll just see what will I need to get another screwdriver, or will this one do it? Okay, so he's removed it there. So I'll just pause it while I remove the last few screws. I see another one down here. Another one over here. Try and get a bit more access. Just a bit of plastic by the looks of it. That's aluminium. So we have some plastic and a little bit of aluminium. Okay, I think we're getting there. There we go. So what's left is a bit of plastic on the steel case, so I'll throw that to a side. And in here we have the workings of the actual VCR part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause it so I can remove the steel. I'm going to take out the rest of the screws that are holding this on so we can get a look under here at the board and see what type of board on the back of it. I can see some nice IC chips, which I wasn't really expecting, but maybe this might let me remove it. I mightn't have to go to the back. Okay, no, it's still not coming off, so there's screws holding it from the other side as well. So I'll pause it there, I'll remove the screws on the other side and we'll see what's on the other side of the board. Okay, so I've removed the top part from the rest of the board, so what I'll be taking off this at a later stage will be the copper bearing motor here, the copper bearing motor here. So you can see that's again aluminium, so the aluminium, I have a little small bit of IC chips here underneath here that I'll remove, and that's it. And then from this board we have a bit of copper, a little bit of copper, aluminium again, some wire that I'll cut off on this side, so there's nothing much more there that I'll be using. A couple of crystal oscillators I'll take off, so we have 2 crystal oscillators there that I'll remove. That's it. And on the other side of the board we have these IC chips, so it's low enough grade board, but I've got 4 IC chips that I'll remove from it. So that's that. And for the last part is this board, which is on the front. So this is where the display was. So we have our display there, so I'll just remove this board and see what we have under that. So again, plenty of screws in it. Okay, so so that's just a bit of plastic we'll throw to the side. So on this we have very little. We have a little LCD display of sorts, a little IC chip there that I'll keep. The ribbon again is not worth keeping, so it's nothing of value in that, so we just pull him off. Under the under the display, if I can get into it and get a look at it, if you can see if there's anything there. So again, no, it's just a display. Some people collect them up. They reckon there's precious metals inside of that, but again, I haven't done much research into that side of it. So nothing of value there at all, except for an IC chip, and that's about it. Again, we have some wire on this, a bit of aluminium. And that's about it. We have a USB which will have a little bit of gold inside of it. So I'll just remove that bit of aluminium. And that's it. Nothing else that I can see of value to me. So that's it, guys. That's what's inside a DVD slash VCR recorder. So as the title said, I've took it apart to see what gold recovery materials I could find inside of it, or precious metal materials I could find inside of it. So we found IC chips, one ribbon, I think, with a little bit of gold finger on it, gold pins, MLCCs, and crystal oscillators, and we got one BGA, gold corner BGA, which was good to find. There we found a bit of copper, a bit of aluminium for our other side of it. So as I do these videos about the gold recovery, but it's not just that. I look for, when I'm taking stuff apart, I also look for the while you're taking it apart, you might as well take off the copper, the aluminium, steel, any of that stuff that is of scrap value, so that you get, at least you get some more money, get as much money as you can out of the item. So thanks for watching the video, guys. Give it a like, give it a share, give a comment. Let me know how your day's going, how your scrapping's going. And until the next video, guys, keep on looking for that gold.